All right, guys, so we're going to add to our notebook, and we're going to talk today about percentages. Kind of okay. So on our seventh one here, we are going to talk about tax and percents. It's actually a pretty practical skill to go over because I know you want to get those deals. Like I want to go to Vans and get all the deals. So we're going to do that on page 12 and 13. And I think that's actually all of chapter 1. So like these two are kind of extra. I must have miscounted. Alrighty, so we will turn to page 12 and 13. And we're going to fill most of this up. I want to say about half of it together, and then we'll do the other half together tomorrow in class. So I think the next one that you should see says tax and discounts on the side. We're going to fold that backwards like a book. And then if you want to be cute, you can give it 2 little cuts so that we have 3 different doors. And that's going on page 13. Then we actually want this other one as well. I think this is the last one you should have. Now at the top where it says leave blank, there's like a dashed line. We can cut that totally off. Then we can trash that. And we are going to fold each shorter edge to the middle so that we get like a little mini French door like this. So cute. And then we can cut along these little dotted lines to get 2 little doors here as well. And then that's going on page 12. Let me get a little tape going here, and then we will write all this stuff down. Okay. So, that is not centered. I just can't even. You gotta be centered. There we go. Much better. Okay. So guys, when it comes to applying a tax on something or applying a discount to something, we have different methods that we can follow. So I'm going to go over each of those with you. We're going to try some, and then we'll try the rest together tomorrow in class. So if we are buying something that does have a tax on it and no sale, one way that you can go about doing that is you can convert. Well, you must first convert the percent to a decimal. So if I have, and maybe this is a little reminder, if I have something that is 19%, we always move our decimal twice. So right now it's here. We're going to move it boop, boop, and we'd be looking at a decimal of 0.19. We never want to leave percentages. We always want to change them to decimals. So in Michigan, the typical sales tax of something is 6%. And so I would change that. I would move my decimal twice, which means I need to put a 0 in front. And so we'd be looking at the decimal 0.06. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be 6%. It just is in Michigan, so that's why I went with it. But we convert our percent to a decimal, always first. Then we multiply the decimal value to the original amount of whatever you're buying. Then you would take the original amount of the item, add the tax that you just found to get the final cost. Okay, we will do it that way. Or if you want to be quick about things, and if you get really good at this, what you can do is you can convert your percent to a decimal still, must happen, okay? Add 1 to your decimal value, so this would then become 1.06 or 1.19, and then multiply that to the original amount, and you'd have your final cost right away. And that's because you are taking 100% of the cost and the sales tax and getting it all at the same time. Okay, so let's try some. So for instance, if I was buying something for $40 and there is a 6% tax, we first change that to a decimal, so 0.06. Then the first method says we can take that and find how much the tax is going to be by multiplying it to the original amount. So I'm buying an item for $40. I'd do 40 times 0.06. Oh my word. 40 times 0.06. That is 2.4, but we're in dollar land, so $2.40. So the tax that is going to be on that item is $2.40. We're going to add that to the original amount, and so I'm going to have to pay a total of $42.40. Or the other method says that I can just add 1 to my percentage that has been changed to a decimal, so 1.06, and multiply that to your 40 right off the bat. And just in case you don't believe me, 40 times 1.06 gets me my 42.40 right away. So much faster, so much easier. But I like this way too, because then I am consistent. I can see how much more I'm paying. I can see what the tax is. So that way is good as well. Sometimes it's good to do slow math, okay? So doing the next one, we would take our decimal and move it twice. So we're going to be looking at 0.065, okay? The first method says that I can take the original cost of the item and multiply it by the percent tax, so 0.065. If I do that, and again, I get so freaked out by decimals, so I have to use my calculator, 25 times 0.065, that's going to be $1.63, because I'm going to have to round up. I think maybe I'll show you. Boop, boop. See, I'm going to have to round up because we're in dollar land. Then that's my tax. So I have to add that to what I'm already paying. So I'm buying the item for $25, but I also have to pay tax for it, which is $1.63. So we end up paying $26.63. Or other method says we can take the original price of the item and multiply by the tax plus 1. So 1.065. And if we do that, we get our 26.63 right away, as long as we round. Okay, I'm going to leave the last one. We'll do that one together. Okay, another thing that we need to talk about is, what if I'm going to buy something that has a discount? So if something has a discount, again, we can figure out what the final cost of the item will be by doing one of two things. I can either, do it this first way, where I convert the percent to a decimal, always, 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 multiply the decimal value to the original amount of the item. That will give me my discount. Then I subtract that discount from the original item to get my final cost, because a discount is always going to take money off of it. So that's why I subtract it off rather than add it on like a tax. Or I still convert the percent to a decimal, always, always, always. Then I can subtract that decimal from 1 and multiply by that number. So if you think about it, the reason I'm subtracting from 1 is if something has a 20% discount, I'm not paying the full 100% of the item. I'm only paying 80% of the item because 20% of it is coming off. So if I do 1 minus 0.2, I get 0.8. Or if you think of it in percentages, if I subtract 20% from 100% of the item, that's me paying 80%. So that's what that second method is. So I'm going to try both ways. Sometimes people like to stick with the first way on this one because it's a little bit weird. So if I am buying an item for $40 and it has a 15% discount, we always change our percent to a decimal, so 0.15. First method says I can multiply by my discount, so 40 times freaking decimals, 0.15, that's going to be $6. So I'm saving $6. I'm not going to add it. I goofed up. I'm so sorry. You're going to save $6. So I'm going to take $6 off the original price, which means that I will be spending $34 on this item. So that's not bad. Or I can do 1 minus 0.15, so subtract to get my new percentage. Or if I think of it in terms of 100, sometimes it's a little bit easier for me. If I'm saving 15% off of 100% of the item, that's 85. So I just multiply by 0.85 here. And again, just so that you believe me, if I do 40 times 0.85, I get that $34 right away, okay? So this is a little bit faster. Sometimes it's a little weird, but again, fast math isn't always better math. Okay, if I have a 30% discount on an item that costs $25, I'm going to change that percent to a decimal, so 0.30. First method says I would multiply the discount by the original price, so $25 times the discount of 30% for $7.50. Again, this is a discount. I'm such a goof, not plus. We're going to take $25 and subtract off $7.50 because that's how much I'm saving. So I will be paying $17.50. Or the second method says that I can take the original price of something, $25, and do 1 minus 0.30. Or again, I like to think in terms of hundreds. So if I take 30% off of 100%, I have 70% left that I am paying. So if I do 25 times 70%, I get that $17.50 right away. And again, I want 50 because we're in dollar land. Okay, the last one we're going to save and do together. Okay, last but not least, what if I get a discount, but then I have to pay tax for something? So I really have to do both. So you can use either method for your discount first, and then you get tax on after that, which is a good thing. You're paying tax on a lesser valued item. So you save your discount, then you pay tax. Okay? So if I were to do $40 with a 20% discount and then pay 7% tax, one way to do this, the slow way to do this, I would take my discounts or my percentages and change them to decimals, both of them. And I'm going to find my discount first. So I would do $40 times my discount, which is $8. So I'm going to save $8. So I'd have 40 minus $8, which is $32. Okay. So I'm going to go up to the register. They're going to be like, that's $32, but now you have to pay tax. So discount. Then I pay tax on what the item actually cost after the discount. So I take $32 and I multiply by my tax, so 0.07. Oh my word, 32 times 0.07 is 224. That's the tax, so now I need to add that to what I'm already paying. So I'm paying $32, but I got to pay tax of $224. So I paid a total of $34.24. Okay, so here's tax. So discount, tax, total. Now I will do this other one with you because we can do it the fast way. And the fast way says that I could do $25 and then I would change my percents. So 0.35, 0.085. And instead of multiplying by 0.35, how much I'm going to take off, I would still be paying 65%. So I'm going to multiply by 0.65. And this will tell me right away how much I'm going to pay after the discount. So 25 times 0.65 is $16.25. That's how much I will pay for the item. Because I'm paying 65% of it. They're giving me 35% off of it. Then I would take that $16.25 and I'd have to pay tax on it. And the fast way to do tax is to add 1, excuse me, to the tax decimal. because I'm paying all $16 plus the 8.5% tax. And so if I do that, 16.25 times 1.085, I get my final cost of $17.63. So this was our discount, quick discount, and then quick tax. All right. Now, on the other page, we also have to talk about percent of change. So if I know the original price and then there's a new price, either more or less, we might want to figure out how much percentage more is that or how much percentage less is that. So if we're changing dollars, but they didn't tell me about the percentage. So percent of change, which I'm going to abbreviate as POC, is when money, or the cost of something, so is when dollars why did I write it this way? Is when the cost, I'm going to say the cost of something goes up or down. And we want to know by what percent. Because if it's a percentage increase of a lot, then maybe I don't want to buy it right now. Or if it's a percent decrease by a lot right now, maybe I'm going to snatch that thing up. So to find the percent of change, we have a little formula for that. And we will always do the amount that the item went up or down by divided by the OG amount. So original amount. Okay, so how much it changes over the original amount. So I'm going to do the front four, and then we're going to do the rest of them together tomorrow. Okay. The price of a shirt went from $12 to $16. So the OG amount was $12. Now it's $16. So it went up by $4. So the amount that it went up or down by, $4, over the OG amount. OG was 12. 4 divided by 12, I can reduce that, type it in my calculator. It's a third. It's 0.3 repeating. So as a percentage, I move my decimal back now. So 33.3 repeating percent. And then it's like, did it increase or decrease? Well, I can tell. Like the original price was 12 and now it's 16. So that's an increase. Yuck, I don't want it. Another one. $2.48 a gallon was $2.35 last week. So the OG amount was actually $2.35 because that's last week. And now it's $2.48. Okay, so again, it increased, locate increased. Because if I go from here to here, I'm adding 13 cents. So 0.13 is how much I went up by. And then I always divide by the OG amount. So OG amount was $2.35. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have a panic attack because of all the decimals. Let's use our calculator here. So 0.13 divided by 2.35. That is 0.0553. We're going to change that to a percentage. So I'm going to move my decimal twice. So that's going to be 5.53%. Increase again because it was smaller and now it's larger. Okay, last two on the front. $84 headphones were once $100. So once they were $100, now currently they're $84. So this actually went down 16 buckaroos. So the amount you go up or down by goes on the top. The OG amount goes on the bottom. 16 over 100 is kind of an easy percent, but if you type it into your calculator, it's totally fine too. It's 0.16 or 16%, and that is a decrease because it went down, so decrease. And then last but not least, the price of jeans went from $40 to $36. So the OG price was $40, now it's $36. That went down by $4. So 4 is the amount that it went up or down by. OG amount is $40. That's going to be 1/10, which is 10% decrease. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to have you try a Google form assignment, but we will do the other examples together tomorrow in class. Good luck.